And we're going to talk today about ethics, ethical choices. And all too often the question arises, well, how is it that smart people make unethical choices? I mean, after all, we know the difference between right and wrong, between ethical and unethical. So what comes together that helps us go down that slippery slope? And actually the slippery slope is called the unethical continuum. And it's a series of choices that we can make that lead us to a path that eventually becomes unethical and potentially illegal. So today we're going to talk about that. Let me talk about the very first one though. The very first choice in that unethical continuum is we making choices that, well, let's say perhaps aren't good for the customer, but maybe are good for us. And since I'm addressing a sales group today, I think that is a great starting point. Because all too often, we look at what's in our best interest, what's in the best interest of us, for our sales volume, for the commission that we'll earn, for those things that generate revenue for our businesses. And while that's critically important, the reality of it is, sometimes we're making choices that might benefit us and don't benefit the customer. And while that might be reasonably accepted in the workplace, the fact of the matter is, it is the beginning point of us moving down that slippery slope that takes us from good choices to unethical and potentially illegal choices. Every choice we make has a consequence. And when we keep that in mind, perhaps that consciousness will help us stay between the ethical lines, so to speak.
Ethics in the workplace is a serious matter, but talking about it doesn't have to be business as usual. Chuck Gallagher, international business ethics expert, learned a lesson about choices and consequences the hard way. But now, he shares his experience so that others don't have to. In his compelling presentations, Chuck starts by setting the scene with his own story and ends by setting the stage for your organization's ethical success. Get real about business ethics with Straight Talk from Chuck Gallagher.